We can talk about the Hall of Fame game last night between two teams that I think could use Micah Parsons. The Chargers looked great last night, forced like 4 or 5 turnovers. The Chargers win that game by like 30 points, which I did not see coming, but excuse me, Trey Lance looked awesome. Future Steeler. I tweeted that out during their game last night. Trey Lance looked awesome in the Hall of Fame game, looked awesome in these preseason games. Aaron Rodgers calls it a career. Trey Lance, you are a Steeler. You are a Brown. Give the Browns an eighth quarterback. Trey Lance, you are a Jet if Justin Fields doesn't work out. Just one of those teams that's just a revolving door of quarterback play. Just oh yeah, they're just dying to see Trey Lance be mediocre in these. I mean, not even mediocre. If Trey Lance looks good in these preseason games, he's gonna get a backup gig somewhere. He's gonna stay in the league. I think that he looked awesome last night. He actually had a underrated pass from him. They did like a PA boot rollout to the right, and they had their tight end. I think it was Will Disley. And instead of just rifling the ball as hard as he could 40 feet in front of the guy, just a nice little touch. You know what I mean? Just a little touch pat. There's just a little soft drop in the bucket. I feel like that when I see a quarterback who's good at throwing shit like that, it always gets me hyped. I mean, don't get me wrong. My favorite pass is just a guy who can throw an absolute bullet laser between two, like just a tight window heater. But that was cool to see. I know it's a little stupid pass, and when you watch it, you're gonna be like, okay, that was pretty fucking normal. But seeing a young guy like that who's considered kind of raw and like not really doesn't really have his skill set ironed out yet, the fact he's developing that, I like to see that, man. A little touch pass matters. You made it easy for the guy to catch it. You put it in the right spot. Another thing Trey Lance did last night that I actually thought was really nice to see was he did an awesome job of putting his passes out of harm's way for the most part. Don't get me wrong, he threw a bunch of shitty goal line fades that went just straight past receivers, but he did a good job on pretty much all of his go ball targets, all of his fade targets, all of his deep ball targets. He did a pretty good job of putting them in a location where like his guy has a chance to make a play and the defensive player doesn't. Don't get me wrong, it's not the perfect pass. I think Dan Marino said there's no defense for the perfect pass. And I don't think that he was throwing perfect passes. But he did a good job of putting it in a location where his guy was the only guy who had a chance to make a play on the ball. There was one where like the ball hit like the very tips of a guy's fingers and it comes off and it's like, okay, technically that's an overthrow, but that's 1,000 times better than the underthrow. That's 1,000 times better than throwing it to where the DB can make a play on that. I think Trey Lance looked really good. Maybe he just needs a couple years in the NFL to learn from guys. And, Justin Herbert's a hell of a guy to go learn from, learn how to throw a football. And Jim Harbaugh is a hell of a guy to learn how to play football from as a coach. I'm not saying that he's going to be starting by any means. We talked about this yesterday. I think he could have thrown 5,000 touchdowns and 40 billion yards and rushed for 3K in this preseason game. It don't fucking matter. I mean, Justin Herbert would have to get shot in the face on the field for them to be starting Trey Lance. But